welcome back to my channel and my monthly rundown of the new releases I've managed to get my hands on in the perfume world. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos going through new releases, ranges, perfume notes, perfumers, and I do try and buy every new release and review it for you guys. And this month we have a good selection of new releases to go through. So I'm going to take you through each one briefly, but I do have more detailed videos on them all. If you're a regular viewer, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. And I'll link all the perfumes I talk about, I'll link down below where they're available across UK, Europe, North America, Australia, just where they're sold. And it is getting to a very exciting time because next month I'll be able to include my third perfume, Artemis, which will be out in a few weeks' time. Super exciting. So watch this space to find out more about that, and do make sure you're signed up to my newsletter where I'll be announcing the bottle, the fragrance notes, etc. Cool. So I think I'm going to start with the new release from Tierry Mugler in their Angel range called Angel Phantasm. Now Tierry Mugler, quite interesting. Obviously they're known for having really strong iconic fragrances, original Angel, Alien, Aura, super strong, really unique scents. When they were sold to L'Oreal Group a few years ago, they have released some perfumes that have been really cool and unique, but also some ones that were quite boring. Personally, I found Angel Elixir quite boring and generic, but I have to say I'm really pleasantly surprised with the new Angel Phantasm. This actually reminds me of a version of Angel they did years ago that was a limited edition called Iced Star, which had pineapple, fruity notes in, and coconut, and this also has a pineapple coconut combination. It smells really unique, and even though it's not listed in any of the materials as a note, personally I get a chili note in it. It reminds me of sometimes, you get a fruity cocktail and they'll put chili in it. That's what it reminds me of. A little bit of a sharp, fresh, chili note in the opening is what I detect. You definitely get the pineapple, so I'm getting kind of pina colada vibes, and then the coconut isn't massively strong, and it does have some of that Angel DNA of that patchouli note, and there's a sort of ambery vanilla in here, which is kind of like the praline note of original Angel. So for me, this does have some original Angel DNA, but it's lighter, it's a bit fruity from the pineapple, but not super fruity, and you've got the coconut in there as well, and tiare flower, which make add this tropical feel to it. So if you like Angel, I think this is a nice option for the summer or to layer with Angel, and definitely if you liked Ice Star, you would like this. For me, it's definitely a Soki approved perfume. It's unique, it's interesting, it has good lasting power, and I do love the Angel bottles. So that was definitely one of my favorite releases of the month. We have a new perfume from Jimmy Choo in their I Want Choo range. This is a Le Parfum, so it's stronger, more concentrated than an eau de parfum, and for me this is echoes of original I Want Choo because it's very vanilla-y, whereas I Want Choo Forever, the second one, had cherry notes in. It was quite different. This version is deep, warm, definitely getting ready for autumn winter this. We've got some patchouli in the base again, and there is a hint of a pear and gardenia at first, which are quite delicate and sparkling before it settles to be more deep, warm, ambery vanilla, patchouli. So if you like original I Want Choo, I find it's quite similar to that. It's just not quite as vanilla-y and sweet. It's a little bit cozier. Really feels like a very cozy autumnal perfume to me. And it does have a lot of jasmine in the heart with an ombre musk, which is probably what's giving it that coziness. It gives it that kind of cashmere feel. So again, this is definitely Soki approved. It's a good perfume and I found it performed well. Next up we have the new one from Prada, their new Prada Paradox Virtual Flower. Now if you're a regular here, you'll know that I do really rate original Prada Paradox. Really impressed with its longevity. It's a jasmine amber perfume. It's quite cozy, but very wearable, very versatile. You could wear it in the day, evening, like to the office, out with friends. My mum really loves this. I got this for her, and I really find that when you wear it, you can really smell it on yourself, which to me is really important in terms of like value for money. They then released an intense version, which had like a more mossy tone to it. I found it quite unisex. And now we have Virtual Flower. Now this one, I have to say, I was not that impressed with. It's not a Soki approved perfume, I'm afraid. For me, this is totally different to original Paradox. It doesn't have any of that ambery, jasmine-y DNA. Instead, it's quite light and it's quite powdery, and it really reminds me actually of like a floral washing powder. That kind of scent, like I can smell the powderiness. So it just reminds me of washing powder, if you get like a flowery washing powder. I found it doesn't perform well. You can't really smell it after like an hour or so, and it's quite a generic floral with powdery musky vibes to it, which personally I think is not really that modern. So for me, this is not Soki approved. I definitely think the original Prada Paradox is definitely still the best from the range. So a little bit disappointed in that one, and that's why I haven't bought it. I just have the sample. But let me know what you think. But I think if you like Paradox or Intense version, like, I don't think you'll like this. This is a totally different customer that's looking for something much lighter and powdery. Next, we have a new limited edition from Valentino in their Born in Roma range called Born in Roma the Gold Donna. This I really love. It's one of my favorite releases of the year. This has a coconut base, but the main note here is gardenia, which is a really beautiful sparkling white floral. For me, it actually reminds me of like springtime, a bit like magnolia. It's really quite sort of aquatic-y, sparkling, fresh, clean floral. The coconut underneath is very subtle. It doesn't feel particularly tropical. I think it's really elegant, interesting, and totally different to the previous, like the original Born in Roma, which is fruity and sweet. So it's definitely my favorite they've made, I think, from the Born in Roma range. I'm pretty sure it's limited edition though, and it's really not widely available yet, which is really sad. But personally, this is one of my favorite releases of the year. There's not many good gardenia perfumes out there. There's lots that use it as just one of the notes, but there's not many where it's like the star of the show, because it's such a delicate note. It gets easily overpowered. So I'm really loving this, and hopefully it will get made a permanent edition. We have a new Britney Spears fragrance called Candied Fantasy. We must be over 30 different versions of Fantasy that have come out now over the years, and this one, for me, the name is quite misleading, with it being Candied Fantasy, and even the box has like little candies on, sweets on. I thought this was going to be like her original Fantasy, which is super sugary. It's like a vanilla cupcake original Fantasy. And when it's described in their marketing, it says it's got bubblegum in and cupcakes and stuff. For me, this is actually a floral perfume. The main note here to me is jasmine, and it has a hibiscus in as well. There is a sweetness, like a white sugar sweetness underneath, but it's not like overpowering. It's not super strong. It's relatively subtle. It is an eau de toilette, so it's not as strong as original Fantasy or Midnight Fantasy. But for me, this is more like an everyday floral with some sweetness in. It doesn't smell like candy or bubblegum, so a little bit confusing, the marketing there. I think I like it. It's quite a nice smell, and they are of course very affordable. I think this retails for 42, but often you can get them at discounted prices. So I guess it's Soki approved. Yeah, if you're looking for a candy perfume, this isn't the one. We have another new body mist from Sol de Janeiro. This is their Cheirosa 76. This one is quite a fresh, less sweet fragrance compared to a lot of their other ones. They're known for making very sweet, vanilla, nutty perfumes, body mists. This one for me, number 76, isn't like that. Again, it's got jasmine as the main note. Everything has jasmine in, and there's a hint of blackcurrant in here as well, but it's not particularly fruity. For me, jasmine is the main note here, with a little bit of an ambery musk underneath. I think this is probably not Soki approved. It's quite boring and didn't perform that well on me. So I feel like they're releasing too many versions now, and they need to really more focus on what they're known for, those like nutty, strong vanilla body mists. And lastly, we have a new one from niche brand Sentia Fragrances called Cerulean Bloom. This is quite a pretty white floral water lily fragrance. If you really like your proper like flower perfumes, like walking into a flower shop, this is like a bouquet. Along with water lily, there's like orchid notes, violets, freesia. I always find perfumes with freesia in remind me of like the smell of walking into a flower shop. So it's very much like an ultimate floral. It is an eau de parfum. I found this performed pretty well. If you're interested in more niche brands than Sentia, I do have a video on their whole range of perfumes, so I'll leave that linked down below. But I found Cerulean Bloom very wearable, very classic, the kind of thing that would be nice as a gift for like Mother's Day, something like that, just like a pretty bouquet of flowers. So those are all the new releases I managed to get my hands on this month. As I said, next month my Artemis perfume will be out. I will do pre-orders soon for that, so do watch this space. Make sure you're signed up to my newsletter. But there are a few other ones that I'm looking forward to trying here. I have my little list. A new La Vie est Belle Elixir, a new intense version of Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, a new intense version of Chloe, new Lalique, new J'adore, new Elisa, new Narciso Rodriguez, and I still haven't managed to get the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid. I'll try and get that soon for you guys. And there's the new Libre Flowers and Flames, which I'll try and get soon. Burberry Goddess Intense. So usually September, this time of year, the brands release all their new ones ready for the build up to Christmas. So there'll be lots of new releases that I'll be getting to review for you soon. But yeah, that's it guys. Let me know if you've tried any of these. What do you think? Which is your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and the links to where you can get them or where they're available will be down below in the description box. But that's it guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.